My new medical cooler just came in. Let's open this thing up and check it out. Alright, so here's everything that comes in the box, and this, and this were actually inside of here, if you're looking for that. So we've got the 20,000 milliamp hour mobile power supply, we've got the ordinary display lid, we've got the gel ice box, we've got the charger here with the 90-degree bend charging cable, and then we've got the insulation backpack, as well as this cleaning brush, and of course the cooler itself. So first off, you'll want to shake this up to make sure the gel is evenly distributed, and then you can see the instructions here. You'll want to put it in the freezer for 6 to 8 hours. Alright, so there's a few different ways to use this thing. First up, we've got two different types of lids here. We've got the normal lid, and then we have the cooling lid. So for this first method of using this, we're just going to use the normal lid here. And you can see that has a temperature probe that it works with. So for the first method, you're just going to freeze this for the 6 to 8 hours, let it sit out for 2 to 3 minutes, wipe it off, and then put it in your cooler. And then you could add your insulin pens or whatever medication you're keeping cold, and they've even got these handy pouches that you can keep them in. And then you'll put the lid on, put the temperature probe down in there, and then if you touch this, we'll get a temperature reading. And that'll read much colder once you let it, sit for a couple minutes, or when you actually freeze that pack. I just have the pack that I haven't frozen yet. And if we tap this and we tap it again, we can get the temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit. And this BioGel pack is going to keep the temperature range from 36 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit for up to 28 hours. And this is tested at 104 degrees Fahrenheit ambient temperature. So, this is going to work for a really long time. And if the temperature is above 95 degrees in the environment you're working with, you'll want to use the BioGel pack for that. So the second method to use this is going to be with the power bank and the cooling lid. So the way you'll do that is you'll want to plug it in and get this thing cooling for 15 to 20 minutes before you start to use it, before you put your medication in there. You can see we have a USB port right here to plug in that power bank. And we can hear it working right away. So, we'll just put this together, and then you'll want to leave that for 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and, put these in. And it's only been just a couple minutes now, but already I can feel that this is cold. That's awesome. I don't know how it works. It's pulling the heat away somehow, but yeah, it feels very cold right here, and then you can feel the hot air coming out of these vents. So once this sits for 15 to 20 minutes, and this is going to reach a temperature of 8 degrees or below, we can go ahead and power it off, and then we can add our medication to this tube. We'll just want to make sure that we put the medication in horizontally or upside down so we don't damage the tube and, have it bang around. But we can get those tucked in there. Get that reinstalled. And then we can get that plugged back in. And then we just put it in the larger unit. And there you go. So when this power bank is fully charged, that's going to allow this to operate for 8 to 10 hours at a temperature range of 36 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit when that ambient temperature is below 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the last way to use this is going to be basically the same as the power bank option, except you're going to use the AC wall plug. So you just plug it in there, and then you plug that into a wall. And now this will basically work indefinitely. Obviously you won't have, those mobile ranges that you'll have with the power bank, but this will just work, stay plugged into the wall, and it'll just always stay cool. And once again, that'll operate to keep this cool from ranges of 36 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit. And the cooling lid works just the same as the normal lid, where if you press this right here, that'll show you the different units. So we have 53 degrees Fahrenheit. If we tap it again, we have 12 degrees Celsius. And if all that wasn't great enough, we've got the cooling bag, just for a little bit of extra, cooling insulation. You can see we have this foil in there that's padded with a little bit of extra insulation. So you can just stick that right in the top. And then with this particular cooling bag, this one works really well with this unit because you're going to want to keep, open around these vents here. And this one just kind of seals on the top, but it doesn't actually go over the top. And then you can just run your power bank right into this front pocket here. It's the perfect size for that power bank as well. And then we've got this great strap for carrying it on your shoulder as well. And we've got a little extra mesh pouch on the front for whatever other accessories you want to put in there. Maybe you want to keep the wall charger with you to charge up that power bank, or just drive this directly. So you can just stick that right in there. And so the way this thing works when you're using the USB cooling lid is when you reach the set temperature or the default temperature, the power output will automatically decrease by 70%. And when the temperature rises above the default or set temperature, the power output increases to 100%. And the default temperature for the USB cover is going to be 45 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius. So we're almost there. And this has freeze protection as well. So when the temperature reaches 2 degrees Celsius or 36 degrees Fahrenheit, the power output is going to automatically reduce by 50%. And when the temperature rises above 8 degrees Celsius or 46 degrees Fahrenheit, power output is going to increase to 100%. And once again, the USB cooling lid is rated to work at temperatures below 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And when you go above that, you're going to want to use the BioGel freezer pack and the normal operating lid. So I've got to say, I'm really impressed with this. It just seems to work. You can feel the heat coming out of these vents, so we know it's working, especially since I felt the coolness of that tube there. So this is just going to be great for when you're traveling, at cars, hotels, even at your house or the office. Any location with a USB power source is going to be great for that. And then you've got the power bank, so you can travel for 8 to 10 hours with that. And it's going to be especially great when you're traveling and you just don't know the next time you're going to be at a refrigerator or the next time you can get some ice or something. So this is really going to simplify your life, just by having, you know, a constant source of cool to store your medication in. And all of this is designed to be TSA cleared. Of course, if you're using the biogel and you want to go through the TSA, you're going to want to make sure this is frozen solid. So freeze it as much as you can, as close to your trip as possible, because if it is in liquid form, you're not going to be able to take this with you. You're going to have to put it in a checked bag instead. But if it is frozen solid, it can remain with you and you can take it into the airplane cabin. So overall, really great product here. I'm really impressed with this thing. If you're looking for a cooler for your medication, especially something like insulin, go ahead and check this out.